You think you know The Usual Suspects? Well, here's some things you may not have known about Kaiser Sose.
Tell me every last
What about
detail.
a pretzel, man? What's your story?
There was a lawyer.
What lawyer, Verbal?
I am Mr. Kobayashi. Kobayashi.
Tell me every last detail.
I work for Kaiser Soze.
Convince me. Convince me. Convince me.
Before there was a story for The Usual Suspects, there was just a title. Director Bryan Singer read a column in Spy magazine titled The Usual Suspects, a name which was taken from a line in Casablanca. Bryan Singer always thought it would be a great name for a movie. After the title, the next logical thing to come up with would be... no, not the script, the poster. In 1993 at the Sundance Film Festival, an interviewer asked Bryan Singer and screenwriter Christopher McQuarrie what their next project would be. McQuarrie said, quote, "I guess it's about a bunch of criminals who meet in a police lineup," which Singer thought would be the film's poster. And this was the jumping off point for the script. Kevin Spacey told Bryan Singer that he wanted to be in whatever film Singer made next. The two had met at a party at the 1993 Sundance Film Festival, where Spacey had just seen Singer's first feature film, Public Access, which won the Grand Jury Prize.
Afraid of what? Afraid of...
I knew it was Kaiser Soze.
But Keaton...
It was Kaiser Soze, Agent Kuyan. I mean, the devil himself. How do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss?
The famous lineup scene was supposed to be one of the most serious parts of the movie. However, Bryan Singer decided to use the funniest takes where the actors could not keep a straight face. The reason why? According to Kevin Pollak, Benicio del Toro would not stop farting. Del Toro, on the other hand, would not admit that it was him stinking up the scene. In order to make Verbal Kint's disabilities more realistic, Kevin Spacey glued the fingers on his left hand together. He also filed down his shoes so that audiences would believe his character's limp. Fenster, who was played by Benicio del Toro, was originally written with an older, Harry Dean Stanton type of actor in mind. When del Toro read the part, he realized that his character's only purpose in the story was to be killed by Kaiser Sose. Del Toro came up with the unintelligible speaking manner to make his character more memorable.
How many keys, you cocksucker?
The cop who asked Fenster,
"In English, please."
Excuse me?
"In English."
is played by screenwriter Christopher McQuarrie. The line was improvised, as was del Toro's response.
How many fucking keys, you cocksucker? What the f***?
Bryan Singer stated in the director's commentary that he felt as though this film was a parallel version of The Wizard of Oz. New York City was thought to be Kansas, where everything was normal, while Los Angeles, which includes a variety of strange and, well, unusual characters, is thought to be Oz. Singer hoped audiences would believe that Kobayashi was the great and powerful Oz. In both films, the endings would make viewers question the idea of reality. Singer has also compared the structure of his film to Double Indemnity, Rashomon, and Citizen Kane. Bryan Singer wanted Chaz Palminteri to play the special agent from the very beginning, but the actor was unavailable and they offered the role to Christopher Walken, Clark Gregg, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. When none of the other actors were interested in the role, Palminteri became available to film, but only for 1 week.
Everyone, this is David Kuyan.
Special Agent Kuyan, U.S. Customs. These gentlemen are from the New York Police Department. You look good, Keaton. Better than I would have thought.
You have a problem, Monsieur Keaton?
Small matter of a stolen truck loaded with guns.
John Ottman, the film's editor, was also its composer. While working on a student film at USC, Ottman met Singer, who would later ask him to edit his movie, Public Access. During post-production, the film's composer dropped out at the last minute. Ottman, who was practicing music on the side, was asked to step up to the job. From that moment, Ottman has been the composer and editor of all of Singer's films except the first X-Men film. And here's a bonus one. The inspiration for Kaiser Sose came from a real-life murderer. John List was a longtime fugitive after murdering both his wife, mother, and 3 children. He planned the murders extremely well in order to throw off those who would question their whereabouts. Almost 20 years later, List was using a false name and was apprehended in Virginia. He was sentenced to 5 consecutive life terms.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone.
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.